What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob, Veve Las Vegas. How's it going, Rob? Welcome back.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Did you get any sleep on that trip or what?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think from Thursday all the way to Sunday, even now today, 3 hours of sleep every night. That's how you do it in Vegas, I guess.
If you guys don't know, Rob didn't even have a phone. He broke it before he even got on the plane to get to Vegas. 4 days of no contact. He hasn't even watched our last 3 videos. But Rob, I had a couple people fill in for you over those days. So very grateful to those people. Is there anything you want to say?
I was looking forward to watching that because we had the lineup already ready to go in advance. So I was like, oh, this is going to be so sick. I wanted to watch it. Sure enough, my phone was gone the first night. But I got to catch up, obviously, this week when I get the chance. So
yeah, it gives you some nice, some things to watch during lunch or dinner or whatever. Anyway, guys, if you are new here, don't forget, become a superstar. Hit the subscribe button down below. That juju is happening for the superstars. It's happening every single day. Rob is example number 1. Went to Vegas, didn't sit in any lines. Nobody, he hadn't paid for anything. No cover going into clubs. The waiters were waiting on him, feeding him grapes in his mouth when he was sitting by the pool. It was wild. That's what happens when you're a superstar.
Yeah, being a superstar is great. I want to give a huge shout out to Superstar Craig and the boys. I ran into some of the Superstar fam there. They knew about Superstar Money. Really happy. They just bought a Rizzo. Congrats to them. Of course, they tweeted it on Twitter as well. So the Veve fam, if you ever see us anywhere, come talk to us. If you recognize us, it was a great time. So happy to meet the fam. Can't wait to meet more.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. We talked about it a little bit on one of our streams that looked pretty cool, and I couldn't believe it because we couldn't even talk. So I just saw the picture come through, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" The Superstar fam is wild. And guys, if you aren't already, you can join the membership, become a Superstar VIP. You get a nice badge. You get some access to our spreadsheets to see if it makes sense to go for a drop. You're gonna know if we bought, if we sold. We post all our buys and sells on there. Also, we do giveaways. We got the Disney mini brands. We did a giveaway a couple days ago. We do them every 5 days pretty much, unless we skip a day here or there. And also, end of the month, we're going to be naming an actual star in the universe after a Superstar VIP. First ever Superstar VIP in the universe. And hopefully you guys like it and we could do it a couple times, make some kind of a constellation. It's going to be wild.
Straight from NASA. Straight from NASA.
NASA approved. If you want to be a Superstar VIP, these are the perks we have right now. And there's more coming. Trust me, we're working on other things in the background too. Lots to come. This is just the beginning, guys. So get on board while you can. Thank you guys who already joined us and already believe in us and believe in the work that we're trying to do here. So all you guys, we like to recognize you on the Superstar wall here, the VIP wall. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Send us your pictures. Send us your videos. Great things happen. Rob is pure example number 1. He can't even go to Vegas without getting recognized because he's been posting all those AR pictures of him with the dinosaurs and all that. And look what happened, right? He can't even go to Vegas.
By the way, I replaced my phone with one of those iPhone 13s. I'm about to get some crisp AR photos. I already tried it. I can't wait to post a few of them.
There you go. It's going to work really nice, really clean. And now that he's even more motivated now that he's met some of the fam. So there you go. Follow us on the Veve app. Fastos number 6909 for 9.9 million. I just followed everybody back a few days ago. Going to do it again in a couple days. So if you want to be followed by Superstar Money, go check it out on the Veve app. And we're going to follow you back.
I can't believe Joe was filling me in before this video because I missed so much. I cannot believe how much happened in 4 days. You can't miss a day. Yeah. There's always something going on. You can't miss a day.
That's why we put daily content out there, right, guys? I know a lot of you appreciate it. You guys were talking about it yesterday. So thank you guys for always coming out and watching every single day. It's almost like a routine, I think. Also, I'm going to get into the Twitter news here quickly. We got the drop. Marvel Age Annual number 4. I don't know anything about the first appearance of Damage Control. I never even heard of Damage Control, to be honest with you. I'm not the biggest Marvel guy in the first place. So when it comes to a character that I don't even really know, I'm probably not going to be going for this, even though it is a 20,000 mint drop. Rob, what do you think of this? What do you think of the covers here? They're all pretty random.
They're pretty cool. It must have been a little bit of a newer comic. I don't know at the bottom there, but I think the comment has to take it on this one. You just got the most action going on with it. Yeah. 1988, okay. Yeah,
1988, not too bad. The comment is pretty cool. It's like a poster almost to me.
Yeah.
But none of them really speak to me. Like I think I can live without this comic. Maybe it'd end up in my showroom just to have for MCP at some point because I feel like this is gonna join Alpha Flight 106.
Yeah, and the comic experts have spoken. According to the Veve Rank website, it's a tier D comic. So obviously, it's not very well loved in the physical world. Probably not too much as well in the digital world, just with the mint numbers that are going to be out there. So if you're a comic book collector, you want them, okay, why not? Maybe MCP, like you said. Otherwise, it's not going to be one of those, I think, high-end comics ever.
Go Collect's got it going for like $80 for a 9.6. So that gives you kind of a reference.
That tells you everything right there.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's better to go for a real life one if you want one at that price.
That's true, actually.
Let's get into our Twitter here. Not too much going on here. I just want to talk about this post here from KCP Piranha, basically talking about how the Silver Surfer drop from yesterday actually has the teeth inside the mouth, even though the mouth is closed. So take from that what you want. Do you think there's going to be future utility of movement of the face maybe? Or is it just there just because? Rob, we've seen it before. Where have we seen something like that?
I remember we did a video on this. It was Superstar Bones, Superstar VIP Bones that actually notified us that the Deadpool duck had a chip in its head. I mean, some people debated maybe it wasn't a chip. It was something else, but it looked like a chip to me. For them to do this shows you they're trying to go for quality, because the mouth, if you zoom in, you'll never need to show those teeth. So is there future utility, or is this just quality of the collectibles to try to make them as most realistic as they possibly can? It could be both. I think it's for sure going to be quality. They just want to make sure they have all the details, even when you zoom in. But there could be future utility with some of these Easter eggs they keep putting in collectibles.
Sometimes I wonder if it's just a troll to see how the community is going to react and what speculation they're going to come up with. Maybe they're like, hey, maybe you should throw some teeth in there, and then see what everybody comes up with on Twitter. But who knows? Like it's definitely not nothing at this point. I mean, there's no purpose for it.
Just straight up quality.
Yeah. Shout out to Kobe Collects. He had a live stream today. It was a good time. He was in our live stream yesterday as well. Make sure you're following him, because yesterday's video where we were on with Johnny Dunn. By the way, we had Johnny Dunn. I didn't mention Johnny Dunn yesterday. We had Andrew Ellis 2 days ago, and 4 days ago we had Rob Stuff. So really, really good lineup. If you haven't seen those videos, go check those ones out and rewatch them again. These guys were dropping alpha like crazy. Bunch of OGs, bunch of really smart people. And yes, so speaking of Kobe, he was in the stream yesterday, and then he actually was going to stream yesterday, but our talk with Johnny Dunn went so long that he couldn't stream. So he pushed it to today. So we were in there. We were enjoying Kobe's unboxing, did some HRO, some Pokemon packs. And during the stream, he pulled a couple things, and he was doing giveaway. And one of his giveaways, he said, if you go on our Johnny Dunn stream from yesterday and you left a comment and just say the word Kobe in there somewhere, he's going to actually give away the physical HRO card. And it looks like it's an Aquaman. So I think that's the one he's giving away on our stream. So from yesterday. So if you leave a comment, put his name, Kobe, in there somewhere, and you have a chance. I think he's doing 24 hours from today. So tomorrow he's probably doing a draw out of our comments. So there you go. You can read it right there.
Thanks, Kobe.
Yeah, that's wild. I love how the communities like that. The other guy I wanted to shout out from the Twitter space and the YouTube space is Ryan Realist, me RC, and shout out again Foster Hilt. He's part of this as well. But attention, Club 424. The verification site is officially live, along with the 3-month roadmap and our plans to create utility for this piece. Let's make the dream come true. Now there is no utility yet, but it's pretty cool what he's doing with this. You just got to check out the website if you have one. Could be worth it. And we kind of are planning to have a little bit of a talk with Foster and Ryan here in the near future. And I think that'll be a pretty good video, a pretty good roundtable discussion.
It's incredible to even think about the possibility of a utility driven by the community. And some of the stuff that they have, that we've talked about with them, it's just like another level. So this one here, we did a video on it like this. We talked about it. We went for it because of the pure scarcity play. But at the same time, the IP, this is not some Joe Blow IP either. It's pretty famous, Jurassic Park. So I think it's a good one to pick up if you already have it. Otherwise,
I don't want to spoil the post. I don't want to spoil the website. I don't want to spoil the video if we do one with them this week. But if you want to do some early research and look into it, he has the website posted up there, and I think even Foster retweeted it and had a little bit to say about how the utility is not there yet, but it's there's potential, and there's the right minds I think behind it that we can maybe drive it where we want it to go. It's wild, and I want to leave it at that. I don't want to spoil that video. I just had to bring it up because he just posted it. It's crazy. It's driving me nuts. Yeah. So meat and potatoes of the video, Rob. We did a video 2 weeks ago, guys. 2 weeks ago, and it was called ComicCon Will Not Pump the Veve Market. And there was lots of speculation that ComicCon was going to be this huge marketing event, which it was, and it was going to onboard lots of users, which it did do. But we did not think that the Veve market would pump because of ComicCon. We thought that, like, just like we said in that video, people are going to come into the app, they're going to look around, they're going to figure it out, and then maybe they'll eventually decide to spend their money. But still, there's still a macroeconomic going on in the world where people can't take out as much money. The loan rates are higher. It's definitely a difficult time to be investing in alternate investments and speculative investments. Rob, what do you have to say about that? And maybe talk about it a little bit, and we'll get into it.
Let me pull it up here. So we got a chart. We basically plotted, like we typically do, the amount of money coming to the app each day based on the days. And what you see is obviously the massive spikes are from a previous period in time when things were booming. You know, back then interest rates were still under, let's say, 3%. People weren't feeling the burn of inflation the same way as they're feeling it now. So that was one reason that we speculated that we didn't think that ComicCon was going to blow up. We also had a previous data point from Star Wars Week. Like that was a pretty big deal when they brought Darth Vader into the app. They had a little bit of advertisement there as well. A lot of diehard Star Wars fan in the physical world that collect and spend big bucks on Star Wars merchandise. So we already kind of had a previous event, and we said, okay, it really didn't. Money came in, but it didn't really come in at a rate that we thought relative to the past would initiate a turnaround event and bring us back to the glory days, right? And if you look at the chart, it's kind of the same thing right now. Like you notice at the very end there, you have a little bit of a spike that matches the previous days from like maybe 5 days ago. So if you see here, you have this spike over here, which is on the July 19th. And then now we have ComicCon happening this weekend. And if you look at the money, it's maybe easier to see in this case on the actual table form. You're looking at 330,000, 267, 321. And if you compare that to the previous purchasing days, it's really not that much more. It's not like we saw a doubling or tripling of money coming into the app. So I think what we learn from this data as of it is right now is that we don't believe that new money came in from ComicCon like we thought, at least some thought would. And another thing to note is that you had some big days here on July 20th and July 19th. You had the 1.4, 1.17 million. This is when they banned crypto. Joe, I know you talked about this already. I remember when I saw it on the Veve Discord. And then even on the days leading up to that, you saw from the 15th onwards, you saw a continuous increase. So either the scam was getting picked up by more and more people and more people were doing it. If it was a crypto scam, I think that's what the... Sorry, go ahead.
That's the sentiment, but it's not confirmed 100% that there was an exploit. It's just, I think that's the sentiment in the community right now. That's right. Why they shut down the crypto. But it could be just because of the hype from turning on the MTL. But I doubt that much money comes in where it's a 5x and then it goes straight down to 300,000. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like the day after they ban it, right? Yeah. So then this is another thing, and I want you to pull your screen up if you can right now. We did another video before, which I thought was a pretty important video. Basically, do you have it there?
Where is it? Here.
Yeah, right. Veve, give us back control of our collectibles, and the point of that video was about ownership, right? So they were telling people that they banned off-app gem purchases, and one of the concerns we made is that going in terms of like legitimate concern, as Veve grows, people are going to want more control over their collectibles. So if I want to sell it to somebody and I have to sell it through the app, and we want to make a deal where it's going to be more than before, they banned it because I understand they have their licensors. But now the problem they ran into, they banned crypto, and there's states that do not allow any, I guess their third-party wire, right? Will not allow cash out. So those people really can't cash out now because their states won't allow it. And on top of that, crypto is now banned. So there's almost a group of the community now that got left out. And I know there's going to always be bad actors, and I understand about the money laundering. This is ultimately not a complaint. I mean, ownership, this whole concept of ownership is a topic that's going to continue for a long time. But that was one of our concerns, and it looks like now it's come to fruition. There's a lot of people now that are going to be left on the sidelines with no way to get rid of their collectibles if they need to cash out because they need to buy food.
Yeah. No, and I'm going to just bring up your screen again here. I'm actually pretty shocked that the numbers are where they are with this 300,000, 200,000. Now, I understand that ComicCon, we didn't have the greatest lineup of drops. I mean, they weren't the most sought after drops. No. I don't think they enticed people to maybe load money the way that they should. I mean, they did great advertising. They had the life-size Marvel Mighties. Didn't really come out with a Marvel Mighty drop, though, just the Chimichanga truck, which is not, I don't think, anything anybody asked for. And there's a lot of speculation, too, that we're going to have some AF-15 coming into the app.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have kind of created a little bit more hype, a little bit more people putting some money into prepare for that, especially since people are speculating it might be on August 1st. If that's the case, I'd be curious to see. I'm sure that there will be more money brought into the app on that day or the days leading up to it. But I'm actually like really, really shocked that the numbers are still around 300,000.
Definitely. Like I was expecting a lot more than that for an advertising event that they had, right? They finally brought in the advertisement. It is still a bit more. Like if you compare down here, like you see a lot of 200s, you see a lot of 300s, but you don't really see a lot of 400s until you get
doing better than June.
Out.
Yeah, we're doing better than June.
So you do see a little bit of that incremental growth, but there's still a long way to go.
The prices in the market are not showing it yet. So we might be in that lag time. Maybe the things are starting to happen. The wheels are in motion. I've been saying it the couple of days you've been off because people have been asking, especially on the live stream yesterday, people want to know, like, is the market going to move back up? It's for me to give a reading on the market. I need to have this whole MTL bubble pass. Like the people who want to get out of MTL, I said it yesterday, people who want to get out of their MTL, we have to let that pass. We have to let people process and get through in it and sell it, and then let the dust settle and see where we're at, and then read it from there based off of the pricing. What I'm seeing right now is that things are still dropping. I had Andrew Ellis on, and I was talking to him in that video. It's up here. It's called it's called How the OGs Are Playing the Cash Out. And I had a really interesting thought. I said, maybe the OGs, they all stacked up at the beginning. Now you have cash out. Maybe they're the ones who are going to sell off their doubles, their triples, take some cash because they've been waiting a year and a half in the app. Why not? And Andy actually came up with a great idea. He said, you know what? Those people, they've actually experienced one of these cycles already where things went down to nothing. And then they rebounded. So the fact that they've already held on this long, why sell at the bottom when they've already held it through the cycle? And there was off-app opportunities before where they could get out if they wanted to at the highs, and they didn't. So
well, I mean, part of the reason would be because the cash out's now officially here. That would be the only reason why, right? Cash out's officially here, so it's possible that when the price was double back in May, maybe they thought cash out was coming sooner. They held on.
His other point is, and it's a great point, is that they were able to recognize Veve as an app before IP, before Disney tweeted it, before Andre Jake talked about it. They recognized the long-term potential. So because they had that mindset of long-term potential and they jumped in early, why would they change their mindset now and try and get, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason they found it in the first place. So that was something that kind of turned in my head and said, maybe you're right. Maybe that's why the OGs are in, because they actually had that long-term.
I don't think any OG is going to actually completely sell out, right? Like if they do sell, they're just taking profits at this point. And I wouldn't surprise me if you're up a lot, like an insane amount of money, you might want to take profits because there's other reasons that you may want to, but there's no way they will completely sell out. At the end of the day, the whales won't save you. We've done tons of
that's on your chart right here. That's on your chart in June. Look at that. There's your whale pump.
We've said this time and time again. We've driven it home. We made videos saying use data, not emotions, to make decisions. Now, with that being said, we don't know how much money is coming out of the app from MTL. That would be great to know, but we don't have the data to confirm that.
We're starting to look a little bit better, though. We're starting to see a little bit of a recovery, which is nice. I think they're doing all the right things right now. I think that the advertising is well on its way now. They've shown that they're willing to spend some money. I'm not sure if it's their money or Marvel's money in this case, but shows that they're starting to do something. If they bring AF-15, I think that in itself is going to be some advertising.
Huge.
It was actually interesting. I was watching a little bit of one of Randy's streams at the ComicCon, and he was going up to some comic book booths, and they wanted nothing to do with it. They were and he didn't really hint at it, but like I'm gonna call a spade a spade. They didn't like the idea. No, like he would talk to them about it, and they were absolutely like, no, I like this better. I can touch it. Like they hated it.
Maybe I think they're just resistant because they're so used to the physical copy, but they're not realizing that these digital copies are going to only benefit them. I don't think it's the digital copies are going to compete with the physical copies. They're going to only pump the physical copies as more and more people get connected with the digital versions, and they're growing that comic book space.
You got to think of it like this, right, Rob? You've built your collection of comics from the ground up, just like they built their physical collections from the ground up. So once they see something, say, that might be the nice new shiny thing. They're going to say, get that thing away from me. I spent so much money on this collection. I don't want it to go. Like I have to explain to my wife, my kids, like my husband, how come I spent so much on these actual comics, and then now there's this new space that's going to just destroy it.
It's true. It's true, because if you have a rare replica, or not a replica, if you have a rare mint of one of these physical copies, you're thinking, well, look, this is a replica now. This someone's basically counterfeited it in a sense, and it's now that, and Marvel themselves have actually backed it up. You might feel that stench, but I do think long term it's going to benefit both. Like the physical world will benefit from this. And in terms of that first question about, have we hit the bottom? I mean, we will never know for sure, but it does seem that right now we're going through a great period with a transition to MTL, the beginning of marketing. So no one's going to ever know where the bottom is. Based on the data that we're seeing right now, we can't confidently call it a bottom. We don't have the information.
We're too close to MTL still. We're only 10 days away from MTL for everybody.
We can't call it, but that doesn't mean you can't, dollar cost averaging, you can't buy along the way. Not financial advice, of course, but because you can't catch the bottom, we're going through that transition period where the company itself seems to be making the right moves and building towards the right direction. So it's been, as more time goes on, we're going to see how they can make it happen. And pretty exciting how far they've come and where they're going to go going forward.
If you watch that stream from yesterday with Johnny Dunn, there's a lot of catalysts still yet to come. A lot of really, really exciting things ahead, I think. And just even like the speculation and all that. So it was such a great interview. I mean, yesterday. And so was it with Andrew, and so was it with Rob. I mean, all the last couple of days have been super, super bullish for me. They got me like super moon boying. And now Rob's back, so I can get back and focus and make sure that I'm reading the market correctly and stuff like that. But guys,
well, we're gonna follow that data every step of the way. But you're right. You there's every good reason to be bullish on Veve. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait to meet all these guys when we go to Decon.
It's gonna be fantastic, and we can't wait to meet some of you. I hope we see some of you at Decon. So let us know what you guys think about today's video. We had a discussion about the market. Do you think that we're nearing that market bottom? Do you think that ComicCon maybe brought in more than we think? Do you agree with the numbers being relative to the past, that it was relatively the same? Just let us know what you guys think about it. Your hopes on the future of Veve, potential utility being hidden inside some of these collectibles or these little Easter eggs they drop in. And if you haven't already, let's do one more.
I didn't do one yesterday during Johnny Dunn's stream. Let's do one for the VIP. Oh, golden moments, baby. We got a golden moments. Look at that.
Look at that.
Golden moments. Mini phone. Ultra rare.
Beautiful. We're gonna find that. We're gonna go find that in the park, eh?
Good thing that we did that. Ultra rare mini phone. Sorry, guys. Yeah. You were saying?
Yeah. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button. Become a superstar. We want to hear from you all the time. Let us know in the comments below what you think about today's video. You can reach out to us anytime you want. If you want to have a discussion about it, we love to hear from you, whether you agree with us or not. We want to talk about it. Let us know. And now you can also become Superstar VIP. Get one of these cool symbols beside your names. We're starting to see some uncommons pop up. Love it. You can obviously use our probability spreadsheet on the drops to help make decisions. Giveaways. We got the giveaways going on right now. We're always looking to bring more utility to you, and our buys and sells, which was something that I think came in handy with the Jurassic Park airdrop. So again, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.
Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye.